But now, boys, I think it's time that we switch now to what everyone is very much excited for, the second ever installment of the We Hate Sports NFL first round mock draft. Guys, get ready. Very, very, very hyped, and we do this draft through. We obviously have our picks set up, of course, and there might be a couple of trades, there might be a couple of surprise picks. I don't know who everyone has picking, but we all have designated teams that we were chosen to pick for, and yeah, I'm very excited. Let's jump right into it. For those who don't know how the NFL draft works through the first round, it's self-explanatory. It's a draft. There are teams that get to pick one player. If there's a possible trade that is called up, we get to go through that trade, and the team that calls up gets that pick. Other than that, there isn't really much else to go about. We're going to start.
Just making sure on one thing you said. You said one player per team, right? Meaning you can't draft the same player multiple times, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Now, Shawn, it's funny you try to throw that in there because last year, everybody made their own mock draft before we started. It wasn't on the fly.
So yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. Shut up.
It absolutely was. We can go back to the episode.
It wasn't on the fly. Everybody already had theirs already made up.
Okay. My gosh.
Well, TK, you're muted for one. I don't think he understands. Yep, there you go.
I said all that matters is these niggas need to shut up because I have the first pick, and that's really all that matters. So let's get started.
You know what? You're right.
It doesn't matter.
Officially on the clock today, you have the first team and the first team of the first overall pick in the 2022 NFL draft. Jacksonville Jaguars. So, the team is on the clock.
All right. So with the first pick for my Jacksonville Jaguars, I decided to keep it.
Hold up. I know that you were going with it like immediately right away.
I already have. Yep. You know I'm ready, dog.
Okay.
Right. Unlike some people on here, Shawn, we be ready.
I'm perfectly prepared.
Shut up.
All right. So PC. With the first pick in the NFL draft, my Jacksonville Jaguars decided to keep it short and simple. He decided to take the best offensive lineman in the draft out of North Carolina State. Is it Ikem Ekwonu?
I know the last name's Ekwonu. The first name is Ikem. Ikem? His nickname is Icky. Icky.
There you go. Icky Ekwonu from North Carolina State. I understand. I read some reports. I'm pretty sure you guys have read the same reports. There's been a couple of reports that the Jacksonville Jaguars are interested in numerous guys or multiple guys. I think it's just a smoke screen. I think they're just desperate to try to get somebody to take that first round, to take that number one pick, which nobody's biting on. I basically chose him because I think protecting Trevor Lawrence is just really just the most important thing. So yeah, I decided to go with the offensive lineman out of North Carolina State.
Far cry from what I think a lot of people had with the first overall pick, which might have been an Aidan Hutchinson or even an Neal. But TK decided to go somewhere completely different. So.
And PC, as far as that, like I said, I just think protecting Trevor Lawrence is a lot more important than adding an edge rusher. And also the edge rushing class is extremely deep this season, so they'll be able to grab somebody later on. It just won't be the best edge rusher in the class is all.
All right, sweet. Let's now go to the next person. I believe that is Tolu. With your first pick is for the Detroit Lions, who have the second overall pick. So if you already have your pick ready, let me know so I can play the sound.
I got my pick ready. With the second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, The Detroit Football Lions select Malik Willis, quarterback, Liberty.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Put my boy Malik in.
I mean, you're gonna explain.
Yes.
Right?
Jared Goff is not that guy. He's not the guy for Detroit. My man Malik Willis will shine in Detroit because he is that player. He's the best quarterback in this draft. And Detroit will love Malik Willis. Love him. Just put weapons around Malik, and he's going to shine in Detroit. I promise you.
Every NFL analyst ever collectively loses their mind. Malik Willis has been drafted second overall in 2022.
Too high, man. That's wild. I mean, you're
The Detroit Lions. You're telling me the Lions don't need a quarterback? You think
no
Jared
one's
Goff
saying that they don't need a quarterback, but Malik
totally.
Willis isn't even projected to go like first round, I don't think.
Nah, Malik Willis is that
guy.
He's
going first round.
No, he's going first round. But to pick him at number 2, Tolu, you're basically saying you're the guy for the future, no matter what. There's no drafting a quarterback. There's no drafting a quarterback next year now.
No,
the quarterback class is a lot better.
Malik Willis is that guy. He's that guy.
Okay.
He's that guy.
I don't think this is impossible. I would not entirely rule out this happening. I wouldn't bet on it, but I do think it's possible.
Well,
I can honestly say I would be shocked. I would be shocked.
I mean, that's absolutely insane. Like I said, you only get these sort of mock drafts here on WHS, boys and girls. So I actually have the third overall pick with my first pick. Is for the Houston Texans. We all know how controversial this team has been over the last 2 seasons. But you know what? I think I got the perfect pick for him. With the third overall pick in 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Evan Neal, offensive lineman. Look, it doesn't matter who the franchise quarterback going forward is going to be for the Houston Texans. It could be Davis Mills. It could be a quarterback from this draft. It could be a quarterback from next year's draft. You want to solidify your offensive line. We learned, and everyone learned, the valuable lesson of solidifying your offensive line last season in the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, how he was absolutely abused in that Super Bowl by Aaron Donald and the Rams. So you go and get Evan Neal, solidify that other side of the offensive line. You line him up next to Laramie Tunsil, who's going to be on the other side. And like I said, whoever your franchise QB is, just know they're in good hands with their O-line. Evan Neal goes.
Screw you.
Hey, that's
a good pick, though.
But how have we not had an edge rusher yet? This is the draft of the edge rushers, and we haven't had a single edge rusher.
Yeah, hey, man.
Well,
I felt Lions would have been the one to take the edge rusher, but Tolu gave them Malik Willis. So
yeah,
I like PC's pick though.
Absolutely flabbergasted. Fourth team up on the clock here. Trey, you were tasked with picking for the New York Football Jets. Jesus, in your opinion, says that he hates the Jets.
Jesus hates the Jets.
But you're picking. So who do you have? If you have to pick, let me know.
Oh, I got the pick. And, you know, PC, I'm so glad you put me right before Shawn. So glad. Shawn, I want you here front and center for this, bud. Front and center.
I know what you're going to do, and I'm fine with it, because the other guys somehow fell here.
I don't care. This is my time to shine. Ladies and gentlemen of the We Hate Sports family, this is Trey the GOAT, a.k.a. the Pioneer. I am speaking on behalf of the New York Jets. Yes, Jesus hates them, but I am an unbiased candidate. So, without further ado, the fourth pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kayvon Thibodeau, edge rusher out of Oregon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Explain yourself, Trey.
Hey, man, like I said, unbiased pick. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau, he's been called the best edge rusher in the draft, even though despite he's, slipped off or whatever, he's supposed to be number one pick according to a lot of analysts. But I mean, I think he's better than Aidan Hutchinson. I don't really feel so good about defensive players coming from Michigan, first and foremost. That's just not something I like. But from what I've seen, he's fast, he's strong, he can play some edge, he can get to the quarterback, he can do it all. He can stuff the run, just like I stuffed the turkey. No pun intended. But that's my pick.
I mean,
right.
we all Shawn, who he has the next pick for football Giants. He's gotta be devastated.
Oh, I'm
right
ready.
now.
I'm ready, PC.
Oh, we know
know.
who he's picking.
Tears.
I mean,
tears.
Oh,
seen so many surprises in the draft already this year. And now Kayvon Thibodeau is going to New York, not for the Giants, but for the New York Jets. Gets the team out with Quinn Williams, so there's that. All right, Shawn. You said that you had the next pick, and that your pick is in, correct?
Yep, it's in. It got sprint to the podium. With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Aidan Hutchinson,
I knew
edge rusher out of Michigan. This is a run to the podium type pick. I can't believe he's fallen here. Unfortunately, he won't fall here in the real draft. He is the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. But the fact that he made it all the way to 5, this is a steal. He was the best defensive player in college football last year. He was a Heisman candidate. He's a dominant power rusher. And you can have no choice but to be excited if you are a New York Giants fan and he falls to 5.
Bro, Shawn would literally he could commit so much incest if that were to happen, bro.
No. I would commit 0 incest.
Yeah, he would be so
Shawn
happy.
would come in his pants.
He really would, bro. He'd be so happy, bro.
I want to watch.
Falling all the I mean,
I know you heard that, right, PC? Y'all heard that.
No one heard that.
No,
You are a disgrace and a disgusting person.
I tend to ignore, half the because, it's better for the mental. Let's now go to Gianni's first pick with the 6th overall pick. You have the Carolina Panthers, G.
Okay. My pick is already in. With the 6th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select offensive tackle Charles Cross from Mississippi State.
So they stay away from little hands? Interesting.
Yeah, I think this is the best choice, right now for them because they need protection. I think they're going to wait till next season to get the quarterback. So they can build, that offensive line and then insert the quarterback. Because I don't think Sam Darnold, we can all agree Sam Darnold is not the option there. So I think that they're going to draft him and they're going to go from there.
So
I think it is very likely we see this exact pick happen in the real draft.
Same.
Yeah.
Top it out with Sam Darnold for 1 more year. Then you get your franchise QB next season. And you already got offensive line solidifying that. Like I said, offensive line, they tend to win you championships. So, yeah, solid pick, G. Solid pick. Okay, now we are going to go back to New York Giants and picking for them this time around. It's going to be Shawn again. So, Shawn, take it away. This is your 2nd pick.
Oh, you already know the pick is in. With the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
I knew he was going to pick Sauce. Come on.
I wasn't expecting to walk out of this without an offensive lineman. It is the Giants' biggest need. But when these two guys, Aidan Hutchinson and Sauce Gardner, fall to your picks at number 5 and 7, you can't afford to pass up on them. It would be amazing picks. You have a lockdown CB1 and a star edge rusher that can even play inside, outside, can do everything you need. Just an influx of talent onto this defense. Does it help the offense? Not so much, but some people would say the best offense is a good defense, and that's what we're hoping for here.
Who says that?
I say that, Tolu.
Have the backbone of their defense before. Lawrence Taylor, Michael Strahan, just a few names that pop out.
You know, Aidan Hutchinson, Lawrence Taylor, two very similar people.
Okay.
That is so disrespectful.
It
That
was a
is
joke
so
because they look nothing alike.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We weren't letting that.
You
don't
were
worry,
not
Shawn,
joking.
not
You
letting
only
that
started
slide.
joking once you got packed up.
Let's go to the next team. Let's go to the 8th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons, and this falls to Tolu. Tolu, this year, second team that you're picking for. You have your picking.
Give me a second. Give me like 2 minutes. Gotta think for this one. I gotta think for this one. Chill.
I mean, hey, you already surprised all of us with the Malik Willis pick at number 2. So
Yeah, true. I don't think it gets more surprising than that.
Yeah. So that's just killing us. Maybe he has a few calls that he's tending to right now. Falcons.
Yeah, if anyone wants to call
No.
to trade up.
Yeah. Okay. I got my pick. My pick is in. My pick is in. With the 8th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Ohio State, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Okay. First
Good
wide
pick,
receiver.
Good pick. Good
Board.
pick.
Explain. This is the first wide receiver taken off the board.
Yeah, the Falcons, they need a lot. Like, besides, what's his name? That star tight end.
Kyle Pitts.
Besides Kyle Pitts, Matt Ryan. Wait, who's the quarterback for that team right now?
Marcus
Mariota.
Oh, Marcus Mariota. Yeah, we need to get Marcus Mariota some weapons. And Garrett Wilson is, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in this draft right now. He reminds me so much of, what's his name from the Chargers? I can't remember right now.
Keenan Allen.
He reminds me so much of Keenan Allen. So I think him, pairing Marcus Mariota and Kyle Pitts will make a decent offense in Atlanta.
All right. I mean, fair enough.
No.
Calvin Ridley, suspended for.
Oh, forgot about him.
Of course. So he comes in, he automatically takes the role of Calvin Ridley. So yeah. All right. Garrett Wilson, 8th overall. Let's go now to the 9th overall pick, Seattle Seahawks, which is a pick that they acquired from TK Stemper Broncos. That pick fell to me. And
I would like to make a trade.
Oh, really?
Yes. The New Orleans Saints give you a call.
Oh.
They will give you the 19th pick this year. Well, actually, I don't give a damn. I'm not part of New Orleans. And I give you a first pick next year.
Wow.
The Saints don't have their first round pick next year. They gave it to Philly.
Okay, so I'll give you first round this year, second round this year, and a 4th next year.
I mean, that's asking for a lot. That is a lot. I'm currently in a rebuild mode now too. Do you have any current player that you want to give me?
Do you want a defensive player or offensive player?
I think I should go offensive player.
I can't. Now I have to think of the Saints offense. I don't even know their players, dude. So take any player you want that's not named Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara.
See. Well, damn. You almost had me.
Like, bro, what are you thinking is gonna happen, bro?
That's me hanging up the phone.
But
that's me. My pick is
I tried.
My pick is in. With the 9th overall pick in 2022 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback from LSU.
You son of a gun.
I mean, this dude personally is a favorite of mine, has been a favorite of mine for a while now. And him falling all the way down to number 9 to Seattle for them to secure Derek Stingley. I mean, that's your future on defense now. We all know about the infamous LOB stable, the defense that won them the Super Bowl. And now we are far past that era. We are trying to start a whole new era in Seattle. No more Russell Wilson. No more Richard Sherman. None of those guys are even there. I don't even think Pete Carroll is going to be there in another year or two. So we are in full rebuild mode now. You go and get a franchise corner piece in Derek Stingley Jr. And as far as that pick or that proposed trade from the Saints, yeah, it would be for offensive player, guy that they could possibly plug in. I was hoping that you offer up Alvin Kamara, who I think we all forgot got arrested over this summer. You know, a couple of issues.
You do know the Seahawks need a quarterback, right? But you know, that's all you, man.
Not in this draft, not in the top 10. We are not the lock.
So PC, I actually was going to trade up. Was trying to trade up with you because I assumed you would take a quarterback. But since you didn't, no feelings got hurt. No, my feelings aren't hurt. So it's all good.
But now let's go to the 10th overall pick with the New York Jets. That pick also belongs to Trey. So Trey,
how many picks do the Jets got? What the hell?
They have 2 first.
And this is so unrelated to the draft, but this was a close game. Maybe they tried to screw us. But PC, I am ready. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am back in the top 10. Did you miss me? Of course you did, because there was some real below average picks, Shawn, but we're not going to get into that. So, with the 10th set up, John.
Trade. I like to trade. I like to make a trade with you for the 11th pick for the 10th pick.
He's already up at the podium.
Wait, he didn't. But he didn't announce it yet.
11. You want Wait, who's the 11th pick? What team is that?
The Commanders. I'll give you the 11th pick this year, a 2nd this year, and a 4th next year.
No, because this is the Jets. Now,
bro, what?
With the 10th pick.
What's up with y'all, bro? It's a one pick. Whatever, man. Go ahead.
With the 10th pick in the 2020, gotta start messing with my speech, man. The New York Jets select Trevor Penny, offensive tackle, Northern Iowa.
That's our 2nd offensive lineman taken, I believe. Some protection for Zach Wilson.
He desperately needs protection. I was going to go with secondary, but the Jets secondary actually isn't that bad. They're just young, but, I mean, they could use a safety, but they can get that later on. So I went with offense.
All right, fair enough. The Jets much need protection for Zach Wilson. All right, TK, you have the next pick. It is the Washington Commanders, who got Carson Wentz over the offseason. And they still have a fairly talented core. Terry McLaurin, who is searching for a new contract, but he's still on the team. Have a solid running back core as well. You also have a very talented defense. Let's see where you go here.
TK, don't do what I think you're going to do.
All right, I'm ready, man.
You better not.
All right, so I was torn between 2 picks here, okay? Yeah, man, I was really torn. But with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select wide receiver Jake London out of USC.
What?
Like I said, For whatever reason, Riviera it legit seems like he believes in Carson Wentz and that Carson Wentz can maybe be somewhat of what he was 2014. Just watch some of the things that he's very. Riviera was very high on Carson Wentz. So because of that reason, at least for this season, I do believe that they will bring in. You have to bring in another weapon for Carson Wentz. To pair next to Terry McLaurin. I just think that Drake London, he has great height, 6'4". He has good silent hands, and like I said, he'd be a great pairing with Terry McLaurin. You really just want to do everything. The NFC East is always wide open, so you really want to do everything to help a guy like Carson Wentz succeed. And yeah, man. So because of that reason, like I said, pairing him next to Terry McLaurin, I'm kind of glad PC talked about the defense already. I was kind of leaning towards a defensive player. I'll say who later, but Shawn probably knows exactly who it was because he kept telling me don't do it. But yeah, man, like I said, NFC East is wide open. I just feel like you have to do whatever you can to help Carson Wentz. So why not take one of the best wide receivers in the class and pair him next to Terry McLaurin, and some of the other weapons that they have there on offense. Antonio Gibson, I really like that dude at running back also. So yeah.
Can I just say, we're at the 12th pick. The odds favorite for the number 1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker, to the Jacksonville Jaguars, has not been selected yet. The odds favorite for number 1 has not gone in the top 11.
Shut up.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Shut up, Shawn. Shut up.
Hey, Shawn. PC, Shawn. This man had the Lions drafting Malik Willis at 2. This draft is all up for grabs. There is no holds barred.
It's already going to chaos.
Bro, shut up. Let's keep going, please.
Let's go now to the 12th overall pick. Gianni, you were tasked for picking for the Minnesota Vikings. Here's an interesting team. Kirk Cousins, he signed for 1 more year. They, of course, got a talented core, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, when healthy, top 3 running back, arguably. Let's see where you go with here. I'm interested to see.
Okay, I think my pick is in.
Or Gianni, before you pick,
Gianni,
I would like to offer a trade.
What's the trade?
It's nothing crazy. I'm the Chargers at the 17th pick. I'm just asking to move up 5 spots and I will give you a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, right.
No,
that is good value.
Decline that.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
What?
How about Gianni? I got one better for you. I'm the next pick right after you. I will give you the 13th pick, literally the pick right after, and I'll add a second and a third. Or actually, I'll add a second. So you get the pick right after and a second.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that idea.
All right.
Yeah.
So PC, go ahead, and I run up to the podium immediately after Texans. I run up.
All right, so the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings, they ended up swapping picks. Houston Texans, you are now officially on the clock with the 12th overall pick.
I'm ready, PC. I'm ready.
My pick is in. Oh.
Okay, so before I announce it, can somebody remind me who did the Houston pick in the earlier round? Who did they pick again?
Evan Neal.
Evan Neal? Okay, so that's perfect. All right, so the Houston Texans, well, with the 13th pick, or with the 12th pick now in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame.
Son of
Screw
a
you,
gun.
2K. Screw you.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Shawn, that's who I was contemplating on giving to the Commanders.
You know,
But yeah,
I'd rather him be in Houston than Washington, so I'll take it.
Like, look, man, Houston, I just feel like whatever players, whatever best player available that the Houston decides to go with, it's really not wrong because they have so many problems across the defense, problems across the offense, problems across the organization as a whole, but that's not really the conversation right now. Why not get the best? I mean, Shawn, you know a little more about Kyle Hamilton. Can you describe how good this kid is? Like,
yeah, for me,
how generational he is?
For me, he's the best player in the draft. A lot of people have had some concerns about his speed. Some people think he's only a box safety. He can't play free safety. I disagree with all of that. Watch him play. He moves like crazy. He moves like he's 6 foot, 190. This man is 6'3", I want to say 220, and he moves like half the size. He can run. He can hit. He can cover. He can Honestly, if you put him at edge rusher, he could get you a few sacks. He could do literally everything you need from him. He's the most versatile player in the draft and the most talented player in the draft. Whoever gets him, which seems like it might not be in the top 10, is getting an amazing player and amazing value.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty high on Kyle Hamilton. I'd say that's a pretty solid.
That's who I wanted my Los Angeles Chargers to trade up for. Him and Derwin would have been nasty.
And I knew you were doing it. That's why I had to make the trade, bro.
Yeah, this is ass, bro. I wanted him.
God
damn it.
Kyle Hamilton is now going to Houston instead of Minnesota.
Yeah, he's gonna suffer.
Minnesota, you are now officially on the clock with 13th overall pick. That is not seen. So trade down. Let's see who you guys get now.
My pick is in already. With the 13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Trent McDuffie from Washington.
Right.
Are you serious? Damn it.
From Washington.
Tolu, now you want Trent McDuffie? When I gave him to you, you were crying.
Bro, I was gonna draft him to my Ravens, bro. God damn it.
But when I mocked him to you, you were crying.
That's
I
because no
didn't
one
want
listens to you, Shawn. Shawn, why are you always trying to take credit for something? Just let it be, man. You are such an.
I think the Vikings need a corner.
Absolutely.
Next to Patrick Peterson.
Absolutely.
Not screwed up. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
so far, he's like 50 years old at this point. So, Trent McDuffie going to the Vikings, the 13th overall pick. Now let's go to Tolu's Ravens for 14th overall. You guys are officially on the clock. Go ahead.
Tolu.
Third pick, Tolu.
Tolu. Since you said, something got messed up, your plans didn't go your way, I will give you the 17th pick and a third rounder. You can move back just only 3 spots, and you can have more time to make up a plan.
I wouldn't do it. Sounds entirely too convenient.
What was it? A second rounder and a third rounder?
No, the 17th pick and the third rounder.
No.
To move back 3 spots.
No, I don't want a third rounder.
And I promise you, I am not picking a player that plays a position that you need.
Yeah, I don't trust Shawn.
Okay, I will do the second rounder, Tolu.
Second rounder?
Wait, second rounder next year. The Chargers don't have their second
next
pick.
year? Yeah, no.
The Chargers don't have their second round pick this year.
Shawn, he doesn't want to deal with you. He does not want to deal with you.
No.
Hell out of here, kid.
Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Chargers very aggressive. They want.
You can have 2 minutes by trading back.
They
I
want.
mean, you can trade back with you.
This is what smart teams do when they don't have like a clear cut pick. They move back and
you
they
know
have
what?
more picks.
You know what? Yeah, Shawn.
He told you need one of these.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Okay, the third rounder
Oh, bro.
or the second next year.
Yeah, I need some time to think because they just screwed up everything.
The Chargers see someone that they really, really
Oh
want.
yeah.
So now with the
I know who he's gonna pick, bro.
you have your pick ready.
I do.
Of course he does.
PC, first of all, I would like to say I'm very sorry, but I saw who was next on the board, and I knew who you were planning to pick. So at the 14th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select wide receiver Jamison Williams out of Alabama.
Wow. I thought you were going with Jordan Davis.
I consider him. But I knew I had to get, if I wanted this guy, I knew I had to get ahead of PC. And I think he's the perfect fit for the Chargers wide receiver room. They have their route runner in Keenan Allen. They have their big body in Mike Williams. The one thing they're missing is elite speed, and that's exactly what Jamison Williams brings. He can be a deep threat. He is a perfect fit for Justin Herbert. And this offense just became 10 times more electric than it was before.
I'd be so mad, bro.
He was on my list. Shawn. But you know what? Still a couple players that I'm perfectly content with being with the 15th overall pick. I'm glad. because 15th overall pick for my Philadelphia Eagles, it's actually up next. You know what? I'm still running to the podium because a lot of fans, including myself, are going to be perfectly okay with this pick. With the 15th overall pick in 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Davis, defensive lineman from Georgia. Look, it's a Georgia defensive player. This is one of the most historic, statistically historic, and all-time historic great defenses in college football history. Any player you get from this championship-winning defense is going to be a star in the NFL. Has the potential to be anyway. Jordan Davis is, not an exception. Fletcher Cox, he's been the franchise D lineman for the last decade now. Now the torch will be passed to Jordan Davis. I thought about going with wide receiver, but we still have our 18th overall pick. I'll leave that up for Gianni to decide. Because there's still plenty of talented wide receivers on the board for Philly to pick. But if I'm thinking most realistic, Howie Roseman, hey, he loves his D lineman, so Jordan Davis, not entirely out of the question. And you know what? Not entirely bad pick either. As a matter of fact, I'd say it's a very solid pick for my birds to go for Jordan Davis, 15th overall. Nice.
Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson.
Tolu, you were doing so good, and then you just had to do it.
Bruh, he just can't resist bringing that
He
up.
can't.
Bruh.
He cannot. He can't.
Anquan Bolden.
Yo, my gosh.
Let's
You know what?
Overall pick. Shush. Let's go now to the 16th overall pick. It's the New Orleans Saints who traded with the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round, swapped a couple of picks. It's actually Trey. So it's your third team that you're picking for. So go right ahead if you have your pick ready.
PC, I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Let's get this. Ladies and gentlemen, with the 16th pick in the 2022 draft, the New Orleans Saints select Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio
Yes,
State.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's a good pick. That's a
That's
pick.
a great pick.
They desperately need a wide receiver after seeing Michael Thomas be injured for like the last year and a half. Their wide receiver one was Traquan Smith and this guy named Callaway. They have absolute bums on offense. Their offense is so terrible right now. And despite it being so bad, Jameis Winston, 14 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions before he got injured. So if he gets his number one guy back, Michael Thomas, and they can land Chris Olave, the offense would do some damage. They still got Alvin Kamara. They still got a good, decent O-line. The future is bright. Chris Olave, he's actually pretty fast, too. He was faster than I thought he would be. Man's ran a 4.26. Blazing.
That's not accurate. He ran a 4.39. He ran a 4.26.
Shut up. He ran
unofficial.
a 4.26. It was unofficial, but it's official now, Shawn. Shut up, fraud. You always hating.
I'm not even hating. I just don't want the audience to be misinformed.
Well,
I do like
I do
still like the Chris Olave.
This is a regular occurrence with you, Shawn. It's a recurring thing. Such a hater.
Now, ladies, let's move on now because Chris Olave comes from always electric Ohio State offense, so he'll definitely bring some much needed wide receiver depth for New Orleans for Jameis Winston to throw to this upcoming season. All right, let's now go to the 17th overall pick. It's the LA Chargers, it's Baltimore Ravens who traded down.
Traded back. Traded down.
That is Tolu's pick. So let's see who they go with.
All right.
Hold up, Tolu. I know you had time to think, right? But I'm proposing a trade.
Oh my gosh.
I will trade you 1 4 for this next pick.
Who is this?
What?
I will trade you 1 4 from Wendy's for this next pick.
No.
I throw in a donut.
Oh my
Everybody
gosh.
likes
Can
Krispy
I get to
Kreme.
my pick, please?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. With the 17th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens, the best team in the AFC North, with the best quarterback in the AFC North, Lamar Jackson, select Andrew Booth Jr., quarterback, Clemson. Yes, sir. Andrew Booth.
The cornerback hole here with Stingley and
because our next cornerback is Brandon Stevens. Now, I love Brandon Stevens, but he's not ready to be a third cornerback, okay? We got Marcus Peters coming back from injury. We got Marlon Humphrey coming back from injury. We just signed Marcus Williams. And Andrew Booth Jr. is talented. He had a one-handed interception. He caught that ish like a wide receiver. He can cover. He can hit. He had a great year at Clemson. The only issue is he's injury prone, but who isn't injury prone on the Baltimore Ravens right now? So I'm taking that risk because he's talented, and we're going to lock up everybody in the AFC North, including the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, if there's one team that could probably get away with going with quarterback that may not have been taken in the first round, it's the Ravens, who have a deep quarterback core. So Andrew Booth, correct?
Andrew Booth Jr.
He's now a Baltimore Raven. All right. Now let's go to the 18th overall pick. It's Philadelphia Eagles again. They already picked up the guy, Jordan Davis. And this pick is going to Gianni. Who do you have us picking, G?
The pick isn't right.
Wait, don't go.
With the 18th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Traylon Burks, wide receiver from Arkansas.
Love it. Great job, G. Love it. Love the pick. Tell them about Traylon Burks, Shawn. Tell them how great Traylon Burks is.
Traylon Burks, my wide receiver one. You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm. Wide receiver from Arkansas. I think he fits Jalen Hurts' game a little bit better than Jamison Williams fits.
I definitely would agree with that because Traylon Burks, he's not the guy you're going to throw it deep to. Jalen Hurts, we would all agree that's not his best attribute, throwing it deep. But Traylon Burks, you can give it to him on short route, and he's a yard after the catch king. He can take a 5-yard dump off the distance.
I 1,000% agree. I think he's going to fit in right away, actually, with the other side. Still got Quez Watkins as that deep threat guy, but he can, him, Traylon Burks now. You still have Kenny Gainwell coming out of the backfield along with Miles Sanders. I like how this offense is shaping. So, excellent pick, G. Traylon Burks is going to Philly, play for the Eagles. All right, let's now go to the 19th overall pick, the New Orleans Saints. And that pick belongs to TK. So, TK, it's your 4th team you're picking for. Who do you have up? You seem to you look searching. Ready?
Nah, yeah, I'm ready. All right, so with the 19th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kenny Pickett, quarterback.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes. And so,
Boo!
That's a terrible.
I'm just simulating Saints fans. I'm simulating Saints fans.
So
I see what that
2 gloves, baby hands. Okay, I'm done. TK, go ahead.
Are y'all done? Thank you. So I originally had Malik Willis here, but Tolu decided to be Tolu and took him at number 2 for whatever reason. So Malik Willis was off the board, unfortunately. So I had to cross that name out. And I guess if you take Malik Willis off the board, I guess the next best quarterback is Kenny Pickett. He seems to be the name that we've heard all season throughout the NCAA season. Heard his name a lot during the draft, during the combine process and all those, and during the pro day and Senior Bowl and everything. So, and really the only bad thing I seem to really have heard about him is how small his hands are. As far as with the New Orleans Saints, I just don't think that they believe that Jameis Winston is the long-term answer. I think he more so just fills a void right now for the short term. You can bring a guy like Kenny Pickett in, have him sit under a year or two under Jamison Winston and kind of learn the game a little bit if you feel like he can't come out and start. So yeah, I just think the Saints are in a very good situation to where they're able to take a quarterback with one of those two picks. I believe that Chris Olave was picked by Trey 3 spots ahead of me. So yeah, you add Chris Olave and then you add a guy like Kenny Pickett, who I think could be a very good quarterback in the NFL. Like I said, if he sits a year though. Which I think which would be the situation he would be in if he got drafted by the Saints. So yeah, so I think the Saints used one of their 2 picks on a wide receiver, who I probably would have chosen Chris Olave as well. And then I think they used the 2nd pick on a quarterback for the future.
TK, real quick.
What's up?
Kenny Pickett, white Teddy Bridgewater, baby hands. Kenny 2 gloves. He wears 2 gloves. You know that? He wears 2 gloves. You like that? Like that?
I really don't care because he's not my quarterback. I don't care.
Like you like that?
No. And I
White
will
Teddy
say this.
Bridgewater.
Also I will say that he's a lot more. He's way more athletic than Teddy Bridgewater is. Way more athletic.
Broncos really
Teddy Bridgewater
Teddy
is not
Bridgewater.
athletic.
This is so crazy, man.
He
He
didn't
was
ruin
a
anything.
star.
Okay. Anyways, PC, please move on. For the trolls.
Yeah. Let's now move
The
on.
trolls are
Wait,
not out.
TK, I just want to say it's funny that you said that. My comp for Kenny Pickett is literally more athletic Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Hey, man,
That's exactly what I have
White-
written down.
White
Yeah,
Teddy
that's what I would
Bridgewater.
describe him.
White Teddy.
Just more athletic.
Let's move on now to 20th overall pick. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know how this how it managed to be, but Tolu. This is let me remind you, you are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Imagine yourself as a exec for the Steelers.
Yuck.
Picking for the Steelers and not the Ravens, picking for the Steelers. So if you have your pick ready, go ahead.
Yeah, I got it, because I didn't expect to get the Steelers. I have to think for a little bit. My goodness.
Loss to the Chiefs in the playoffs this past season after, battling back to sneak into that wild card round matchup between Kansas City. Mike Tomlin still never had a losing season as head coach at the Steelers. So plenty to be excited about.
All right.
Almost.
I got it. I got it. With the 20th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select George Pickens, wide receiver, Georgia.
Yeah. All right, this is a good interesting pick. More juju.
I love George Pickens. I love his energy. I love his attitude. He's literally one of the most talented receivers in this draft. The only reason why people say he's going to fall is because of his attitude. He's gotten in a lot of fights when he was in college, but he just has AFC North energy. And if you put him with the Steelers, with Deontay Johnson, after they just lost the TikToker Juju Smith-Pootster, and you put him with Deontay Johnson, with that Steelers offense, with Mitchell Trubisky, I think he will flourish. He just gives me AFC North energy, bro. And I would love to see him twice a year, like with that Steelers rivalry. I would love to see that. I'd love to see him match up against Marlon Humphrey because that will be a battle. I would love that. So this is just a competitive standpoint. It's still F the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It wasn't a battle when Marlon Humphrey matched up against Jamar Chase, but we don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a totally different. That's a totally
yeah.
That's totally different.
Marlon Humphrey though, he's supposed to be the GOAT.
To the Steelers, and maybe Mike Tomlin can help out with those attitude issues on and off the field with Pickens. He'll have a good mentor, a good coach. So now let's go to the 21st overall pick. It's the New England Patriots. It's Trey, your 4th team that you're picking for. You're saying the AFCs. You have your pick ready.
Yeah. Like I tell you, stay ready. Shawn got to get ready. You bum, imbecile, fraud, idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with my great honor to announce that with the 21st pick in the 2022 draft, the New England Patriots select Kingsley Enagbare, edge out of South Carolina. And before you know, you guys out here scratch heads or whatever, let me just enlighten you real quick, okay? Kingsley Enagbare was the top. He was like rated top 5 edge rushers in the SEC in history of what's called from PFF. He was third on the list, right after Myles Garrett and someone else. I can't remember the name, but he's great. His run defense is not so good, but I mean, in today's league, the run stopping the run is not really that important. It's pass oriented pretty much. He's a great pass rusher, of course. 91.3 grade in his whole college career. He's going to be a star. And with the Patriots losing some defensive players, they lost Kyle Van Noy. They're trying to get younger at linebacker. This is the perfect time to do it. Kingsley Enagbare, he fills a void. So that's what I go with.
What?
You
What?
heard me. You heard me.
Boys, we had our first reach of the mock draft. Do you know how
Not a
far
reach.
I had to scroll to find this man on the draft network?
Bro, you
Shawn,
realize Jermaine
Shawn,
Johnson? Do you
that's
do you
the
realize?
thing,
Wait,
though.
wait. Do you realize Jermaine Johnson was still out there, bro?
Do you realize
coulda took
Jermaine Johnson was on the board?
I realize
Trayvon
Jermaine
Walker was on
Johnson
the
was
board.
out there, but
George Karlaftis was on
shut
the
up,
board.
Shawn. Shut up, Shawn. I like Kingsley, okay? I
Oh,
like
okay,
Kingsley.
but Trey, I just want to make sure you understand. You just took a guy that's probably going to go in the third round at best, over the guy who's
he's gonna
probably
go
going
in
to be
second at worst. Second at
over
worst.
the guy who's probably going to
Shawn,
be the number one overall
Shawn,
pick.
I bet Shawn, shut up. I bet you $1 he goes no later than second round. I bet you $1.
Oh, I'll take that bet. I will take that bet.
I bet you $1. And
Okay,
when you have to owe me $1,
Wow.
bum.
Wow.
Hey,
And my pick.
Kingsley Enagbare over under second round.
Trust me. Kingsley Enagbare is going to be a star. You're just sleeping on him, okay? Just
You
sleep
know,
on
I
him.
like Kingsley Enagbare
Shut up.
as a good
91.3
fourth round
PFF
pick.
grade his whole college career.
PFF is not everything, and you damn well know that.
Hey man, 91.3. You know who else is on that list? Myles Garrett, the best
Oh my God.
defensive player in the league. And I can't remember who else was on there, but Myles Garrett was the for sure name.
We could debate this later, but we do have to move on with the draft here. Almost through. Let's now go to the 22nd overall pick. That's the team that I got. It's the Green Bay Packers. We all know how season ended for the Green Bay Packers. I'm sure a lot of people will remind everyone how their season ended. Don't say anything, Trey. I'm not through yet.
Okay,
I already have my pick ready because I think we all know who they need to draft. With the 22nd overall pick in 2022 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Johan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State. You need a wide receiver. Okay?
It's Jahan Dotson. Jahan
Dotson. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers needs wide receivers to throw to. Sammy Watkins, Alan Lazard, that ain't cutting it for me. And Dotson, hey, he was excellent at Penn State. Never really had a great quarterback throwing him the ball. And now he has one of the all-time greats in Aaron Rodgers, at least for the next 2 years. So, I mean, he'll have a lot to learn from. I think he can plug him in right away in that LaFleur offense. And, maybe that'll open up the, room for guys like Sammy Watkins if he can stay healthy. And Alan Lazard. We still have Robert Tonyan, of course. Aaron Jones as well, along with A.J. Dillon. This is still an offense that can produce points on you. So adding Dotson to that team, it only makes it a lot better. So Jahan Dotson.
Good pick.
As everyone listening to this podcast right now, I just want you to go to YouTube real quick, look up Jahan Dotson Odell catch. This man had an insane catch versus Ohio State.
He did.
It was unbelievable.
At the whiteout game. As a man who goes to Penn State and has seen him play, he is special.
Somebody
He's
this
special.
size, who's like 5'10", 5'11", should not be able to make the catches that he does.
He is special, man. And whatever team gets him, y'all got a star. He's a star. I've seen him play live multiple times. He's good.
In this mock draft, he's going 22nd overall to the Green Bay Packers. All right, let's now go to the 23rd overall team here, overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals.
We're ready. The pick is in.
This team, this Shawn, you already have the pick in.
With the 23rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Trayvon Walker, edge rusher out of Georgia. 23rd pick. This guy is going number 1 overall on Thursday. How did he make it to 23? I don't know if you guys just kept forgetting about him. Somebody took Kingsley and Barry over him. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even the biggest Trayvon Walker fan. But the fact that he made it to all the way to 23, I would not take him at number 1. I think the Jaguars are reaching to take him at number 1, but it's probably going to happen. But at 23, this is a steal. The Arizona Cardinals lost Chandler Jones in free agency this offseason, and they just perfectly replaced him. He has the size, the speed, the athleticism. We have not seen a guy built like Trayvon Walker, maybe ever. Somebody with his size, his strength, his athleticism, his speed. Like, if you go to Mock Draftable, which is basically like, it gives you like a spider chart of pretty much how athletic and how big they are. It's a circle. His spider chart is a circle. That's how insanely athletic he is. He still has a lot of room to develop as a pro, as a pass rusher. He needs better pass rush moves. But the athleticism is off the charts.
You know what's real crazy, Shawn? I had to cut you off here. You felt the need to emphasize he made it the 23rd.
Yes, because he's not making it to 23rd.
That really would be crazy, bro.
No, but
that would be crazy.
Because you did have like 3 picks before 23rd, right? So why didn't you pick him if he's so great?
Okay, I got Aidan Hutchinson,
dumbass, stupid,
Sauce Gardner,
dummy,
Jamison,
fraud, imbecile, fool, jester.
The only pick is debatable was the Chargers, but I wanted to get them a wide receiver.
Shut up.
Well, Trayvon Walker, he falls all the way down to the Cardinals. A real nice treat for Cliff Kingsbury and that team, who I think desperately needs it. It hasn't been exactly the greatest offseason for that team. All right, going on from Arizona to Dallas now for the Dallas Cowboys. Sadly, Dallas Cowboys. And I believe this is Gianni's team. Gianni, you had the task of picking for the Dallas Cowboys. Who'd you get?
The pick is in. With the 24th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select offensive lineman Zion Johnson from Boston College.
Okay. Offensive lineman. They are rebuilding the offensive line. It's not the same as a decade ago.
They lost Lel Collins and Connor Williams in this offseason, so they definitely got some holes to fill.
Yeah. I'd say that's a pretty solid pick. Is there any comp on this pick, Shawn?
I can't think of anybody. It's hard to comp offensive lineman, but just think of he's very athletic. He's more athleticism than he is pure strength or pure technique. He's very athletic. He had a great combine. He has amazing movement skills. I honestly don't love him for the Cowboys fit. I like him more on a team who runs wide zone, like a team like the 49ers, the Jets, or the Titans. But I do think he can play anywhere, and he would still be a very good left guard for any team that drafts him.
Fair enough. Now let's go with the 25th overall pick. Buffalo Bills on the clock.
I'm ready.
Well, UK, who's already ready with his pick.
With the 25th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select cornerback Kaiir Elam out of Florida.
Okay. Yeah.
The best way to explain this is the Buffalo Bills are really just one of those teams that don't really need anything. Like they're I mean, maybe an offensive lineman, a couple offensive linemen or something like that to protect Josh Allen. But I mean, there's still some free agents out there, and I still think they can get some offensive linemen later on in the draft. But yeah, like I said, they don't really have too many needs. So why not just add a cornerback who I think can go in and start day one next to the Davius White. I mean, the Bills easily run the AFC East. I mean, they've run that division. So why not just add more to the defense? You don't really need much on offense, like I said, besides maybe a couple offensive linemen. So I went with the best DB that I saw on the board still, which is Kaiir Elam out of Florida.
All right, that's a solid pick. I thought you would go running back, but I don't think there's the same running back that would.
Same.
I
don't think you can. I don't think you take a running back in the first round. No.
I agree. I wouldn't take a running back here, but I just have 2 words to say: Gator, great. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, I couldn't put it any better. He really is. I'm surprised Well, I guess with the DBs you guys named, I mean it kind of makes sense. But I'm surprised he fell for him to fall to number 25 to the Bills. That would be a steal.
I think this is a good rank for him. Would be a really good pick.
Yes,
I agree. All right, number 26 to the Tennessee Titans. They're officially on the clock. That is Tolu's pick. This is your 5th and final team, Tolu, that you're picking for. So,
why did you pick the 2 teams that I hate, the Steelers and the Titans? Why would you give me them? Why?
Wasn't my choice. It's just how them out for their win.
Oh, brother. All right, the pick is in. With the 26th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Berhard Robin, offensive lineman, Central Michigan.
Okay. Another offensive lineman for the Titans. O-line going well. A lot of O-line.
Explain this pick to me, Tolu, because the Kaylee Anabar pick with the reach. I don't think this is as bad as that one, but I need you to explain this one to me.
I mean, they need an offensive lineman. I mean, he's only been playing left tackle for like 2 years, but he converted to tight end. But he's really athletic and he can get to pass rushers. So he's the quickest to pass rushers, but he's not finished product. But he has.
Oh, thank God. Let's move on.
Yeah, we do unfortunately have to move on. Hopefully we'll get Tolu back soon. Let's now go to the 27th overall pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, I gotta think about this pick now because I wanted to shock everyone and go with a pick that I didn't think a lot of people expected, but not in the first round, not anymore anyway.
I would like to make a trade.
Who is this?
For who?
PK.
No, I mean, what's in this?
Wait, what?
What team is
Bengals. 31. Pick 31.
All right, I'm listening.
I will give you, and this is all I'm giving you. I will give you the 31st pick, and I'll give you a second rounder.
Who do you want? Who do you guys want that bad? You know what? Yeah.
All right. Pick is in. I cannot believe
Okay.
this.
All right. 27th overall. Trades. Bengals. CK's team. About 31st overall. Pick is already in.
All right. Okay. So with the 30, the 20, it's the 27th now? Okay, so with the 27th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals. And I was going to go cornerback here, but the fact that this dude is just literally still on the board is insane. I mean, I'm taking the defensive end from out of Florida State, Jermaine Johnson. How is this dude still on the board? How the hell? Shawn, can you explain how he's still on the board, bro?
I can't. You know how he's still on the board? Because somebody took King Landing boy.
Like, what? Dude, literally the Cincinnati Bengals, if this was to happen. No.
So I don't want to hear it.
But everyone picked good players. You picked King Landing boy.
You picked Trey. You could have had Jermaine. I don't think you know, bro. Shawn, explain to him how good this man is, bro. I don't think he understands how good Jermaine Johnson is, bro.
Jermaine Johnson, he's a bit of an older
I don't
prospect. He's
think
already
y'all
24.
understand how good Kingsley Anagbari is. But we're not going to get into that. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on.
Nope. PC, I can't. Sorry. For
Explain.
the listeners, Shawn, I would love for you to explain for the listeners.
So I'll start off with some of his concerns. He's a bit of an older prospect. He's already 24. He's not the super bendiest edge rusher, which is just how fast you can get around the offensive tackle, which is very important for being an edge rusher. However, in a straight line, he's very, very fast. He's super athletic. He's amazing against the run. Arguably the best run setter in the entire draft this season. Off the edge, obviously not including like the Jordan Davises, but he's super athletic, can stop the run, and he's just an all-around very good defensive end. Can play in the 3-4, 4-3, whatever you need for him, and he's going to be very good for you. I don't think he is the highest ceiling in the class, that of a Trayvon Walker or Kayvon Thibodeau, but you're going to get a very good player. Higher than Kingsley Anagbari.
Stop, Trey, stop.
Yeah,
stop.
Shawn.
And also,
you gotta stop hating.
TK, I am very happy you did this. I did not want to give the Chiefs Jermaine Johnson. That would have hurt me so much.
Me neither. And
I would have had to if he fell to them, but I'm glad I don't.
Can you tell me who's the edge rusher for the Bengals? He's actually pretty good. The white dude. I can't remember his name.
Am I thinking of the same? Yeah, Sam Hubbard.
Yeah, so Sam Hubbard.
It's both of them, Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson. But Hubbard's more of a rotational guy. You can even move him inside. So your star edge rushers would then be Trey Hendrickson and Jermaine Johnson, and that's a great duo.
That's exactly. Thank you. That was my next point. That would be a great duo in the AFC North, bro. Absolutely, bro. And the fact that he's still on there, I mean, the Bengals are literally jumping up and down. You still have probably the best player left in the first round. I mean, the fact that he's still there. I mean, this is the dude that a lot of people have going in the teens. So, I mean, to get him at 27.
Oh, yeah, so why didn't y'all pick him in the teens?
Well, because there was... Well,
don't care.
I didn't need him for the Saints, and he didn't need to be on the Texans either. That's why I didn't pick him. But
and just one last thing. TK, as I mentioned, his best trait is probably his run defense. That's a great fit for what the Bengals need, being in a division with Nick Chubb, Lamar Jackson, and Najee Harris.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that.
They are in a division with three pretty run-heavy teams, so that's a perfect fit.
Oh, so then it wouldn't have made no sense for me to pick him over Kingsley. Move on.
Hey, Bengals. So Johnson. This 27th overall pick, training with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Thank you, PC.
No problem. 29th overall now. Go back to the Green Bay Packers. Or, excuse me, 28th overall now. 28th overall now, excuse me. It's Green Bay Packers. It's Trey who gets this pick. Hopefully, and screw Green Bay too hard.
The pick is in. Ladies and gentlemen, with the 28th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah. Yay! Let's all clap it up. Let's all clap it up, right?
I mean, that's not bad.
Hey, not bad at all.
I think that's great. I think he's a top 15 player in the draft. The only thing I'm confused about, why didn't you give this guy to your Patriots? That would have been a much better.
Because we don't need an inside linebacker.
You kind of need an inside linebacker. Trey.
Not right now.
50-year-old Dante Hightower, he's not cutting it.
Hightower's not even on the team. He's a free
That's
agent.
even worse.
It's not even worse, Shawn. Trust me, Shawn. We're going to be fine. Trust me. That's what we brought in Jabril Peppers, and we still have other good box players. And we still have Bentley and Cameron McGrone, who should be making his debut this year. But anyways, let me explain the pick. I gave the Packers Devin Lloyd because, one, they just lost to Darius Smith. And Devin Lloyd, he could play the outside. He could play the inside. He's going to be a real good linebacker in this league. He's quick. He's athletic. He has agility. I mean, like I just said, he can rush inside or outside. And he's a downhill and physical player. And he's also has good stuffing runs. He's good at stuffing the run. So he can literally do it all. I'm not so sure about his pass coverage. I haven't really heard much about it. But as far as his tackling and pure linebacker ability, this is a great pick.
Okay, fair enough. I believe, like I said, this is the first linebacker taken off the board. So now let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs, who actually go 29th overall. Now we're at 29th overall. And that pick belongs to Shawn. So Shawn, Who do the Chiefs get?
We are ready. The pick is in. So TK. So TK, I was very happy that you gave me the opportunity to not have to give the Chiefs Jermaine Johnson. I did not want to do that. However, unfortunately, I do still have to give them a very good player that fell all the way to number 29. With the 29th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select George Karlaftis, edge rusher out of Purdue. He's not your typical edge rusher. He's a little bit clunky, you could say, but he is good athleticism, great size. He's been a starter for 2-3 years, I believe. He's still young, only 21. No injuries that are known of. He's an edge rusher, which is one of the most important positions in the draft. Chiefs need an edge rusher. He's great on film. He's very polished. He's just all around good. I don't see him ever becoming elite, but he's going to be a very good player for whatever team drafts him. I think Kansas City Chiefs in a Steve Spagnuolo defense is a great fit for him. If he falls all the way to 29, the Kansas City Chiefs will be very lucky to have him replacing Frank Clark, who has struggled the past couple of years. So you now have George Karlaftis and Chris Jones as the top two guys in your D-line.
Okay, fair enough. Eric Jones, George Karlaftis. And you read, he gets a pretty solid prospect in George Karlaftis. All right, we are going now to number 30 overall pick. Is still the Kansas City Chiefs. Instead, this time now is Gianni who gets that pick. So who do we have in total?
My pick is in. With the 20. Oh wait, I messed up. let me redo it again. With the 30th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Kyler Gordon from Cincinnati, cornerback.
Okay. The Cincinnati cornerback. This was the guy that lined up next to Sauce Gardner.
No.
So,
Wait.
No, is he? Wait, is he?
He's from Washington.
Yeah, he's from Washington.
Oh, it said Cincinnati.
He is from Washington.
Yeah, he's from Washington, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
Washington.
he's from Washington? Oh.
Yeah. But he's really good, though. He's
If the Chiefs walked out with George Karlaftis and Kyler Gordon, I'd be very sorry, TK, because that is a haul for them.
I'd be so pissed, bro.
Their three biggest needs are edge rusher, cornerback, wide receiver. They got two studs at two of those. They would just need a wide receiver.
I'd be so pissed, bro. I can honestly say that I'd be pissed if they got them.
I love Kyler Gordon. I think he's one of the more underrated players in the draft. He reminds me of another guy out of Washington, Byron Murphy, who's in Arizona. Very solid, great in the nickel, can move outside sometimes, can play man coverage, can play zone coverage. Great technique, good athleticism. He's a baller. Good ball skills.
Yeah, and they need that, the Chiefs, because I think their secondary is like they lost a lot, I think.
It's L'Jarius Sneed, Juan Thornhill, Justin Reed, and that's it.
Okay, we're down to the second to last pick here in the draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who traded back with the Bengals for the 31st overall pick. So I gotta think of this pick now. Actually, no, I don't. I think I know who I want to pick. The pick is in. With the 31st overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select David Ojabo, edge rusher from Michigan. I'm surprised he kind of fell this far in the first round. And this is a pick that I think benefits Tampa Bay in the long run. With the Ndamukong Suh being lost in free agency, you kind of need that defensive line stabilized a bit more. I was gonna, try and find them an offensive lineman, but all the good offensive linemen already got taken. So I mean, this is still a solid pick for Tampa Bay. Ojabo, getting the job done in Michigan, along next to Aidan Hutchinson. And I think that this is a pick that is going to, like I said, benefit them in the long time. They aren't, I don't know how well it'll work out for this season per se, but he'll have a great mentor in Jason Pierre-Paul. Okay, finally, we're at the final pick. And this pick doesn't belong to the Super Bowl champion LA Rams because they don't like draft picks. This pick belongs to the Detroit Lions, and it falls to you, Shawn. You give one last hurrah to DDT. Who do you have the Lions picking?
I actually have to think about this. I'm not exactly sure. I was considering David Ojabo. I'm not shocked he fell here because he did tear his Achilles, but if he can get healthy, he's going to be a great player. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure. If I was being predictive, I'd probably make this a quarterback. But we're not being predictive. I'm the Detroit Lions GM, so I'm going to take who I want. And that is going to be... I'm ready. Call it up. With the 32nd and last pick in the 2022 first round of the NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Nakobe Dean, linebacker. You've heard a lot about the Georgia defenders tonight. We talked about Trayvon Walker, Jordan Davis. This guy's right up there with the best of them. A super athletic linebacker, great in man coverage. Not the biggest guy. He's small for a linebacker, 5'10", 5'11". But if you ignore that, he's good against the run. He's good in pass coverage. And he'll be everything you need as a Sam, Mike, Will, whatever kind of linebacker you need. Detroit Lions have a big hole here. I'm not even sure who their linebackers are, which means they probably need one, and he'll probably be their best one from day one.
It'll be Dean. That was one of my earlier picks I wanted for the Eagles. I think he's a solid linebacker. I can, he's kind of a plug-it-in sort of guy. But it's officially it for WHS version of the first round NFL draft this upcoming Thursday. Rounds 1 on Thursday, rounds 2 and 3 on Friday, and 4 through 7 on Saturday. And want to thank the Draft Network, per usual, for helping us out with the draft this year. Crazy mock.